Welcome to the Revo training ground. In this video, I'm going to show you how to go into Facebook, jump into Facebook groups of different companies that are exactly like Revo and find their current drivers and invite them to also drive for Revo, because this is how simple it is to build an army of drivers and bring them into Revo with you and then earn rewards every time they take a trip. So here we are on Facebook, and it's all based around the Facebook search bar. As you can see here, anything you type into it, and there are several suggestions already up there, will generate you groups. So we'll go ahead and show you how it works to go ahead and click on a DoorDash. As you can see, there's lots of them. So this is a strategy that obviously we've given you 20 different companies that are just like Revo. So you'll never run out of groups to jump into or to search. And then when you're actually in one of these groups, as you can see here, 142,000 people. There's 3 different things that you can do in here. Obviously, you can post. You can write something looking for drivers, maybe even telling your story about driving and getting them interested, asking them a question. You know, is DoorDash the only thing you drive for? What some tips for new drivers, or what do you do about your dead time when you find a trip that you don't want to take, or when you're not making enough because there isn't enough orders in your area. And that's going to get people also asking the same question, but it's also going to get people giving you a conversation that you can say one of the things that you do is you drive for multiple opportunities, obviously bringing them back to Revo. The third thing is the flip version of that. As you can see here, it's not just about talking. You can listen, you can jump into the conversation. There's dozens of people in each one of these groups that are posting things daily, having a conversation that you can jump into the middle of. You can find out what's going on with Callie here and turn it into an opportunity. You can search by topic in the actual groups itself. So you can find some of the people that are already making posts about some of the things that I just mentioned that are frustrating, about not making enough per trip, about driving for multiple of these companies, about experiencing dead time in their city. And then, guys, the formula is super simple. You ask them if that's the only company they're driving for, because you're going to tell them that driving for another opportunity, aka driving for Revo, will solve their dead time. It will solve their low paying jobs or gigs, and it will give them more income coming in. And then obviously, if you ask them if that's the only company that they're driving for currently, then if they say, no, I'm driving for XYZ, or if they say yes, then your next follow-up question is, you can ask them if they're driving for Revo yet. Again, like I said on the last video, I'm going to say it again. We're gaining momentum quickly. So you are going to experience some people that say, oh yeah, I drive for Revo. And that's awesome, right? Give them a social media high five and go on to the next conversation. But for the majority of the conversations you're going to have right now, people are going to say, no, what's that? And because you're already in the culture where they know that it's not competition, that they can drive for literally all of these companies, when you say, yeah, it's just like Lyft, it's just like DoorDash, but you're earning rewards in crypto, and you label all the stuff and you send them to the funnel page, they're going to join. But even more importantly, 9 times out of 10, when you ask them if they're driving for Revo yet, because they're already of the culture of, oh yeah, these people drive for Lyft and for DoorDash and for Uber, etc., they're going to say, no, send me your link because they already want to add it to one of the many of the companies that they're driving for, in hopes that it becomes their new favorite one because it pays them the best and it's the most consistent, which we happen to be. So it's great that we go into these target markets and we go pull the people who are already focused, who are already trying to give it their all, who are already trying to make as much possible and take as many rides possible. And then we plug them in with Revo as a solution, because then they can come help us build as we help them increase the money that's providing the lifestyle that they're living. And that's not financial advice. That win-win-win is a fact of life.